Welcome to Drafting Out Loud, Underdog Market Movers, as always, brought to you by the Leverage Lab. On this episode, we're going to be looking at one player who's rising, probably for the wrong reasons, one player who's falling, also probably for the wrong reasons, and one player who's a value who, if you've been avoiding him up until now, you probably still want to continue avoiding him. Let's get into it. First off, the riser who's probably rising for the wrong reasons is Quentin Johnston. He's up almost a full round over the past 30 days, and he's still rising over the past week. I thought it would slow down at some point in time. It has not slowed down. And if we look here, he's now passed up some pretty impressive wide receivers. I'm pretty sure you could get him at pick like 100 before, but now he's all the way up, like we were saying, at pick 84.9. He's ahead of Jordan Addison, Chris Godwin, Josh Downs are some of the players he's ahead of. And I think you could argue that Quentin Johnston is probably overpriced relative to players like Jordan Addison, who has proven that he can get targets in all parts of the field. He can run routes. He can catch the ball. He's an actual wide receiver. Quentin Johnson can't really run that many routes. He's proven that he really can't catch the ball that great either. And he's going to be an offense where he might have more competition for that number two wide receiver spot, with even more competition possibly coming in the form of Keenan Allen. Maybe, maybe not. Either way, though, he's still rising up the board. Like, he's going to command targets, and I'm not sure it's going to happen. Chris Godwin's now another year removed from his ankle injury, and he has definitely commanded targets in an offense. And who says he can't do it again now with Mike Evans now off the team? And then if you go down even further, you have other exciting prospects like Josh Downs, who can also at least run routes and catch the ball. And maybe he'll get a much bigger target share if he gets that outside work. And if you go down even further, you have Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Myers has proven he can do it now. He's got a lot of competition. And so maybe he's more similar to Quentin Johnson. But Jacoby Myers, again, is a professional wide receiver. And then if you go down even further, you have Michael Pittman. Michael Pittman's going to be the number two on Pittsburgh. And they're probably going to pass more often. I think just Pittman's underpriced. And then if you want to go one further than that, Romeo Doubs has proven that he can run the right route. He can get, I don't know if he can get open, but he can run the route. He can catch the ball when he's open. And New England's expected to pass more often. And A.J. Brown's probably going to be the one getting the double coverage, assuming he's healthy, which means that Romeo Doubs should be on an island on the other side of the ball. And they signed him for a reason too. So I find it hard to, and I'm not saying I'm a fan of all those players, but I find it hard to say that Quentin Johnson should be all the way up here at 84.9 while these other players are all the way down there. Prove me wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Why is he rising up? I think it has all to do with his quarterback and Herbert. If we look here now, we've Justin Herbert at pick number, where is it? Right here, pick 81.4, and Quentin Johnson is 84.9. I think they're just basically getting here to that end of that turn, and people just drafting them together. And so if that makes some sense, but it just is crazy how high he has risen up the boards to get here. So I guess what I'm saying is that if you want a Charger stack, I guess go ahead and do it. If you don't have the Charger stack and you don't have the bring back in the KC stack, I don't know if Quentin Johnson here at 84.9 makes a whole lot of sense. Just my opinion. If we go and look at a faller that I don't think is falling for the right reasons, that is Breece Hall. Breece Hall's falling because there are some reports saying that he is part of a three-headed committee. And if you listen to some of the other people out there, Coach speak, he talked about how it wasn't a quote directly from the coach. The coach said one thing, and then other people ran with it and said it was a three-headed monster. So until there's actually something from the coach saying otherwise, I don't think Breece Hall should be dropping for that reason. Now, is he potentially expensive because he's on the New York Jets offense? Maybe, but is he also maybe an exciting player as one of the stud running backs who can catch passes? With a quarterback that maybe is better than the quarterback they had last year, but we've said that kind of every year. So who knows? So should he fall or not fall? Do you like him or not? That's one thing. But should he be falling because of the news? Probably not. So, and in fact, you can see he has risen up a lot. And so this may be a chance to get him before that changes a little bit, assuming you liked him at the price. Last player, the value that I don't think you, I think you still want to pass on. And that's actually the top value here in Josh Allen at pick 33.7. He's fallen down the boards a little bit on the underdog, making him even more of a value compared to how expensive he is on DraftKings. That being said, now he's at the end of the third round, and he's falling into the fourth sometimes. If you weren't drafting him because you thought he was too expensive and you think he still is kind of expensive, just a little bit better of a value, it probably makes sense to still not draft him right now. If you go down here, you can actually see he is falling down the boards a little bit. He's fallen 3.5 picks in the last 30 days. And he's still falling, just 0.2 picks the last 2 days. So slowly creeping down the board. You can get him in the fourth round. And I think that makes sense. Just if you are a little more patient, assuming you think he's still overpriced, don't get him now. See if you can wait a little bit longer. See if he falls to the pick 35, 36. Sorry, 36, 37. And then as he gets over that third round into the fourth round, then you get your combinations at better, unique prices there. There you go. That's what's going on. Avoid Quentin Johnson unless you got the stack. Don't be afraid of the news on Brees Hall, and be patient with Josh Allen. See ya on the next one. Peace.